Welcome back to News 3 Today at 11. A team of Savannah State University students and their professor are now back at home after experiencing the trip of a lifetime studying abroad in Ghana. Dr. Roena Deloge is SSU's coordinator of the Master of Social Work program. Kyler Chandler is a senior mass communication major. They join us now with more. Thank you so much for being here today. First of all, let's start with you because you are jet lagged. I'm thinking you got back earlier. You're just getting back today, right before this show.
Right before this show.
Oh my goodness. Okay, low key, I told you this before the interview, but I'm a little bit jealous because Ghana is on my bucket list, but you had a chance to experience the country and really help out. So tell us about the mission and what you were there to do.
Okay. So our focus this year was on substance abuse awareness, mental health awareness, breast cancer awareness. Wow. Yes. And so we joined up with a team, the Network for Rural Mission, which is a program that services rural areas that hardly ever get anyone to come in for awareness.
Yeah. So Kyla, you're one of several students who had an opportunity to travel to Ghana and to work in Accra with some of the students there. Tell us about your experience and why you decided to do this.
Honestly, I did it for the experience. You know, you always hear about Africa, but it's different being there, getting to feel really what it's like in Africa. And then also, it was like it was a study abroad trip where we kind of got to do something more. We weren't just learning; we were making a difference.
So you were basically doing mission work.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about some of the pictures that you sent in because we saw you in the classrooms with a lot of the students. What was going on there?
So the students had an opportunity to speak about period poverty. So one of our students, which is a biology major, and her focus was on teaching about period poverty, hygienes, making sure that the young ladies know. And also one of the things we did this year was we included the boys because oftentimes the girls do not go to school because the boys tease them. So we had an opportunity to talk with the boys along with the girls, and they were able to ask us questions about the cycle, why they have a cycle, what happened when they don't have a cycle, pregnancy and the cycle. So there were a lot of questions. And then the hygiene parts about one of the challenges is having personal hygienes. And so we talked about the reusable panty shields, the period panties, and how you can use those to clean those in the hygiene part. So that was one of the purposes.
So you spent 4 weeks immersed in the culture in Accra. I'm still jealous. Tell me what is one
and
of
we
the...
were all over.
You went all over. Okay, so tell us about that. And what do you think, and this is the hardest question I think, is the biggest lesson that you've learned?
The biggest lesson? Honestly, to be grateful. There was a lot of things I didn't know to be grateful. Like, again, I'm grateful for everything, but it's different when you have to, like, live it. Like, even we couldn't brush our teeth with water. We had to use water bottles. The AC was always out. The power was out all day. We're in there just hot. So I just learned how to be grateful for everything, honestly. And it kind of, like, brought to my eyes, like, how much you don't know what people are really going through for real. Like, we live in America, and we don't know how blessed we are and fortunate for living here, because Africa, they don't have government assistance. They don't get help for a lot of things that they do need help for, especially in the rural parts.
Yeah. So you mentioned the work. Let's talk about the sightseeing, because after the work, you had a chance to go all over. Okay, thank you for rubbing that in my face.
I'm sorry.
So one of the parts was for them to learn about the history and the culture of slavery. So we had an opportunity to visit Cape Coast Slave Castle, and also the last bath, where the slaves actually took their last bath immersed in a river before they came to the Americas and other parts when they were transported away. And so they had an opportunity to wade in the water, to touch the water for the last bath.
And what was that like?
It was overwhelming. Honestly, I wanted to cry. Because you can just feel the energy. Like, it was sad. I'm not gonna, it was really sad.
The energy of the ancestors.
Yeah, and you could feel them. Like, that, especially putting your hands in the water. And then, like, touching the rocks. It was something. It was,
Dr. Deloge, Kyla, thank you so much for sharing your experience. I have to live vicariously through you because
you'll be there.
I'll be there. Next year is my year. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for inviting us.
And for more information on the program, you can visit our website, wsav.com/learningwithoutborders. Stay with us. You're watching News 3 Today at 11. We'll be right back.